Again, apologies to
He was ever so patient with
he
us,
was.
though.
He's
He
a good lad,
waited,
Colin
yeah.
is. Got some great questions in, and I've actually seen this one. You have to read that one about the lap, the 250 lap with
That's
Brian Reid
exactly
on
what I'm
YouTube.
do.
Oh, what a
yeah,
video
so this
that
is from Don, who's listening in Stockport. Don says, the onboard video of a lap with Brian on the 250 is the best of its type. Perfect course knowledge, a really well set up bike. My eyes are still like dinner plates from watching it.
And the volume on it as well, the quality, the sound on it as well. You can hear all the gear changes. You can hear everything. You can hear when he misses a few gears as well. And things. I'm only messing, Brian, but it's a great video. You ever seen it, Charlie?
No.
Right.
Never
I'll
did.
have to. We'll find it for you and we'll show you. It's brilliant. You obviously watched it and done it. Hang on, John McGuinness is lovely. Oh yeah.
I learned a bit off that one. Yeah.
Oh dear. And you lost your end off the microphone as well.
Well, my fluffer gone.
Your fluffer's gone, mate. You've lost your fluffer. Be on the deck somewhere. Don't worry about it. Don't get down and get it. Can you remember exactly how that come about, Brian? Was it the organisers wanted to do it, or the TV company at the time, or?
Yeah, they. We actually had a guy from Millie Chip came over because we wanted to try and do onboard without the backpack. At the time, you had to wear the recorder on your back. And we tried everything to mount it on the bike, but it didn't work because your body acts like a shock absorber, so couldn't get it to work. So we did it here with the backpack, and the number of people who said to me, that they learnt the TT circuit from watching that video, because if they watch John, it doesn't relate to what they're going to be doing on a superbike, because the 250, for a newcomer is going to be.
A great idea, isn't it? Because there's no doubt you can learn the bike. I think anyway. The ideal grounding is to go around pretty slowly initially and just take everything in. I remember in 70. I don't know, it was about 71. Yeah, very first TT. All I did was ride the production race. And I just had a YDS7 Yamaha, and we just kept on putting fuel in it and just going round and round. As soon as I could get out on the track, I got out, and I just keep on going and going and going until they flagged me in, And I learned, excuse me, I learned so much from that. Pardon me. I learned so much from that, and then I could still do the Max Grand Prix, you see, at the end of the year, and I did the Max Grand Prix, and just smashed the lap record because I knew exactly where I was going. Well, pretty much where I was going, So I can understand when you say that you can learn from that. What year was that you did?
Was it 92, Brian?
93.
93.
Knowledge.
John's got it time-stamped in his favourites on YouTube.
It was a white bike with Total sponsored.
Right, that's right.
You revved it. You revved it
not
so hard.
I must say it does make me feel very, very old here, because John was just saying about Donington Park and that Grand Prix, Valentino's first win, and of course he referred to Roberts, Kenny Roberts, but it wasn't Kenny Roberts Senior, the one I'm referring to, back at Aston in 1974.
Oh, yeah.
Kenny Junior, of course, he was world champion in 2000 on Suzuki. Yeah.
No, the best compliment I had was that Brisancy told me he actually learnt the TT circuit watching that video. Yeah, but actually the bike, John was saying, revved the nuts off it. It was a bit frustrating because the bike wasn't going very well and it wasn't able to pull top gear. If you
noticed, a bit frustrated, were you?
Yeah, I was frustrated.
You were wringing its neck.
I was wringing its neck. So.
Speaking of people who like to wring necks of motorcycles in his time, Philip McCallen, fine. Just lift your microphone up just a little bit there, Phil, if you don't mind. Nice of you to join us, by the way. 8 o'clock we're supposed to start. We're all going to text Sophie, who involved in organising you guys, and. Okay, here comes the Philip McCallen Book of Excuses. What was the? Have you been busy, Philip?
I'm always busy, Chris, as you know. It's you work me to death over here, and Sophie's a tough boss, so I sometimes have a lot to do, but we'll not go into any excuses this morning. I was outside the door there for about 20 minutes, but you didn't see me, so you were looking the wrong way, so I couldn't get in until you give the go-ahead.
Let's write that excuse down. Hang on a minute.
Yeah, that's a new one. I've never heard that before. We can't see you through a plain glass window. Unbelievable. Philip, welcome to the show. We were asking the guys a little bit earlier on about the racing so far. I mean, the speeds Michael's doing, Dino's doing, the Birchall boys, Peter Hickman's done, they're all doing it. Just quite incredible. The amount of people who've done their own personal best this year, it's up the bar, isn't it?
I think without a doubt it's just been amazing so far, and I think really probably a big benefit to that is this has probably been the first like dry practice week we've had in a long time, without stops, without stop start and damp patches, and the boys have all worked really hard. But saying that, right from the first night of practice they were on it, so it was just been a really good build up, and all them boys have, like, the young boys have years of experience, and they're now maturing into, like, good riders. And Michael, who's always been a good rider, has just had to. Looks pretty happy and stable this year in a good team with good bikes, and he wants to prove that I'm still the daddy.
Absolutely. Christy, any more questions? We've got loads. We're going to have to extend the show to at least 11 o'clock, I think.
Yeah, there's some lovely ones. Lots of people just saying thanks in some way. So they've got this lovely message in which says, please thank Charlie for getting me interested in racing. He came to Tarporley Cub Hut around 1981, gave us cubs a flavour for danger. We even thought Arcala wasn't that scary after hearing about the TT, which is great. Let's see, there was another one here about a song that's been written for John. Where's that gone? The Missile from Morecambe. Right, so this is from Mark in Port Stewart. Great to see John so well. Big fan. You might remember me. I've written a song about him called The Missile from Morecambe Bay. Hope to get to sing it for him next year.
Let's get him in here
and sing Missile from Morecambe for us.
We can have a live jam, can't we? Yeah, we can have that. Yeah.
And a question not about bikes. Dean says, talking of the demise of the 600s potentially, what do you think is the future for sidecars on the island? Let's go with Phil first, since you've just joined us.
I'm not an expert in sidecars, okay, so that's obviously why you've thrown that to me first. I do know the boys, and they're putting on a superb show here, and they work so hard. I mean, it's a sidecar showpiece, this place, really. And I've sort of got friendly with quite a few of the guys, and you just have to admire them. My real game's engineering by trade, and you have to admire some of the work that they put into those outfits. They build some beautiful chassis with sheet metal work, and looking at another one with some beautiful carbon fibre the other night. So it looks like those boys want to and will build sidecars for a long time, and if they keep giving the island racing like they've done this week, there's going to be no reason. I can't see why they'll not keep going.
I think we need to have Steve Plater, don't we? Plater
yes, yeah. About 95 mile an hour, I think he did something like that. He did a lap with Ben Birchall yesterday.
Really? Did the lap at the passenger.
At the sidecar on the back, and I think he's commentated on the whole lot as well, so that will obviously be going on the green light TV coverage on ITV4, so that'll be interesting. But he did about 95 mile an hour, and he said I
spoke to him last night.
Yeah, go on.
He just said it's the most physical thing he's ever done. Yeah. We just don't give them the respect they're due, I think. Some of those, they are world class. You've got lots of world champions here on them three wheels. Absolutely on top of the game. But I heard Ben set off. You could hear him really loud, that thing. So I could hear every gear change. I was at Ross's Garden at Braille, and he was in top gear, and sending it on a little bit. I was like, he's having a bit of a go here.
With this one with Plater in.
Plater was hanging out the back of it like an empty tracksuit. He was just like hanging on. And then I spoke to Ben as well. I spoke to him individually, and I said, how did he get on? He said, I did really well, but it didn't take him long to start shouting at him to slow down. So but Ben said he didn't know how to judge the speed, but
it must be fierce.
Yeah.
Would any of you do it?
No, not a passenger. I'd drive one. I've driven one.
Yeah,
I wouldn't get in a passenger. No chance.
I got close to having a lap with Molly many years ago, but fortunately something changed. But I started my career as a sidecar passenger and only lasted about 4 races. And I've got to be in control. Thank you very much. But I do admire the guys.
Yeah. I think Dan Sale's the bravest man on the Isle of Man because he's done like an Ireson type arrow thing, hasn't he? So he's laying down the old school.
So I was friendly with Trevor Arson, used to stay with Trevor, and I broke down in practice one night at Glen Helen, and he actually had a new passenger who gave up halfway around, and Trevor came back, and I wouldn't even get in with him to tour back.
Blimey. Listen, guys, we are nearly out of time. The hour's absolutely flown by this morning. We've got loads. We've got so many questions coming in. Thank you to everybody who's been watching the Facebook live feed as well. It's great to see you're all there. And we've got comments from all over the world, haven't we, really, this morning?
We have all over the world, and a lot of them just basically saying that they're loving what you do and thank you for doing it, which is just really nice to read, that you're inspiring so many people out there. And don't forget, of course, if you haven't been able to watch it this morning, that you will be able to go back and watch it again on the Manx Radio portal and on the Manx Radio TT Facebook as well. So don't worry if you've missed it. But yeah, people all over the world watching, and it's just been great to share this time with you.
Speaking on behalf of all of us here, and all your other guests for that matter, or most of your other guests, that it's nice to know that we get that sort of feedback, but just to let them know that we really enjoy doing what we're doing anyway. We're all sort of doing different things one way or another, but we really enjoy it, and it's great. You know, John was saying about a bunch of Australians, we have them in the hospitality there, you know, and I love to ask them, well, is this your first time? Yes, my first time. What do you think of it? Blown away, absolutely blown away. And I love that. You know, we feel, you know, we've been involved with this collectively for so many years now.
Part of something special.
And we just consider it a great event. So
there's a guy in hospitality yesterday, he's 78, he's from Venezuela.
Oh, yes.
And he raced Formula 3 cars, and he's 78, and he just can't believe the place. We had him up on the start line yesterday, and when I brought him back down, he actually had shed a tear.
Did he?
Because it just gave him the atmosphere, and it just gave him the feeling, you know, that he's back racing again, and he was down there in tears. It's just unbelievable.
Philip McCallen, thank you eventually for turning up this morning. So kind of you.
Thank you, Chris.
You'll have to come back in on
the week next Friday.
Yeah, week next Friday. Yeah, we'll book you for next year already. How's that sound? John McGuinness, nice to see you here. Nice to see you with that smile on your face again. Thank you, John. Brian Reid, as always, pleasure. Thank you very much for coming in. And Sir Charles of the Williams, MBE, OBE, CBE, Knight of the Realm. Thanks for being here, Charlie. Charlie's working down there in VIP. And Christy DeHaven, thank you very much. Thanks to
Kinley, thank you.
Thank you to our studio producers back at base, Chris Williams and also Ben Hartley. Thanks to Alex here. Thanks to Ed and Andy, of course, our engineers. It's just on 1 minute past 9. It's time for the Manx Radio TT News with